How's it going, you guys? Welcome back. I apologize, this framing isn't the best. This thing's in the way. You can see part of my rearview mirror. But I don't know what the deal is. I just can't get the angles quite right today for it to look any better. And I'm a little too distracted to try much harder. So bear with me on the framing for now. So yeah, the Dodge Viper is broken. And it's not good. And actually it's quite bad. Let me set the scene for you. My brother and I were actually headed out to a brewing company because I actually won a gift card for submitting a picture of the Viper to an online contest they were having. And there was no skill involved whatsoever. It was just a random drawing, which was awesome because I still won. So even without any skill, I won something, which was pretty cool. And we were all excited to go. And so we head out in the Viper. And everything's feeling good and normal. Cruising along, get to an intersection, and we have to take a left, so we're just kind of in this left turning lane with a bunch of other cars crawling forward, inching forward, and the line of cars starts to move a little bit again. I give it some gas, pull the car forward, and all of a sudden we hear a really bad snap. I'm revving the engine, I'm going through the gears, letting up off the clutch, and the car is not moving. So here we are in a four-way intersection. There's cars coming and going and turning and pulling out and going around us because we are now basically dead pretty much in the middle of this intersection. And you know what? I have to admit that in that moment, my IT skills sort of started to take over. And I was like, maybe I need to reboot it. Maybe I should shut the car off and turn it back on again.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Within that same short little amount of time, I quickly determined that we were dead in the water and nothing I was going to do or hope for was going to make a difference at that point. I looked at my brother, I'm like, dude, we gotta get out and we gotta push this thing through the intersection. I have to say, the Viper is actually pretty easy to push. I guess it's that whole power to weight ratio and all that good stuff, because pushing the Viper was not a problem at all. Weaving it through an intersection of ongoing moving traffic was the more challenging part. So fast forward, we get it safely off and out of the intersection and off the road to the side where there's like no traffic and it's nice and quiet and safe and all that good stuff. So fast forward again, call AAA, they show up, we muscle the car onto the truck, drive it home. Now I will quickly say that it could have been a lot worse. We could have been on the highway. We could have been in a bigger, larger, crazier intersection. I could have lost control, or, you know, someone rear-ending us, or going off the road, or having no place to pull over and causing an accident, or whatever it might have been. It could have been a lot worse. So for that, I'm super thankful. But with that said, it didn't make the experience any more pleasant. Thankfully, we were not very far from my house, so we didn't have to, like, drive it halfway across the states, or tow this thing, the Viper, for hours and hours. We were only a few minutes away from my house, so that made things a little bit easier. And so we get the Viper safely into my garage. After I kind of let my thoughts, well, my mind settle, my thoughts gather, we started doing some troubleshooting, and we found that just as it seemed when we were stuck in the intersection, the engine is fine, the gears seemed fine, and the biggest discovery of all was that when you put the car into gear and give it some gas or whatever, the drive shaft is still spinning. So it seems like this is some sort of differential failure. Now I'm faced with the challenge of getting this thing figured out and fixed, if either is possible, at least from my capabilities. So there you go, that's the story of my Dodge Viper breaking badly this time. It's basically dead. I can't drive it, I can't move it, it won't move under its own power. I gotta push that thing like a big, heavy, dead body.
This way, Richard. Here we go.
And so I gotta jack this thing up and start taking the differential apart. Yeah, and seeing what I find. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can maybe fix it myself. If not, then I'm gonna have to find someone who can. The upside that I'm trying to keep in mind is that this is going to force me to get even more mechanically familiar with the VIPER, which I've always wanted, not just with the VIPER, but for cars in general and motorcycles. So I'm being forced to diagnose and hopefully fix this myself. And I'm going to document the whole thing and share with all you guys. You can watch me lose my sanity and go off the deep end.
Here's Johnny.
But hopefully that doesn't happen, but it might. Yeah, so I'm doing my best to stay positive, for lack of a better word, and upbeat about this, for lack of a better word, because you know what? It happens. It sucks. I can't do anything about it other than fix it and spend some money doing the fixing. So that is it in a nutshell. Expect some VIPER repair videos here in the near future. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure if that means that you enjoyed watching a video I made, or if you enjoyed the fact that the VIPER's broken and I'm gonna possibly go insane trying to fix it myself. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it in some weird way, and we will see you on the next one. Come on, car, it's your turn to go.